Smith and MacArthur make some time for Cowboy Boys.
Welcome to Cowboy Boys Podcast, episode
193.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Why do you look like that?
What do you mean, why do I look
Why is
what
your
do I look
phone
like
not
what?
on silent?
My phone's not on silent because you started so fast when you came into the room.
I do. I start fast.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to
I,
start faster also.
I start fast and I go fast and I end fast.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I live my life 1/18 of a mile, 1/16 of a mile long. What is the quote? I don't know.
1/8.
It's a quarter mile.
A quarter mile at a
know.
time.
Yeah.
I don't know why you threw me off. I was like an eighth.
Why are you appropriating Chicano culture?
That doesn't seem-
Not that any Hispanic person would ever care.
Firstly,
for anyone who's only listening to audio, thank you.
yeah,
but Shayne,
way to keep it real.
Shayne is dressed. You got socks and sandals. That is accurate. Knee-high socks.
Thank you.
You got your Cholo core right now. You're Cholo maxing.
It actually feels really good. I kind of want to go in public and see how people react to it.
Like the fit feels good, or is it like giving you confidence? Or
Both, yeah, dude.
I do think you are more Cholo than me because weren't you born in California?
No,
Or-
I was born in Oregon.
Oh yeah. You have the same
Which
doctor
is
as
fucking,
Matt Groening.
Yeah, which is fucking terrible, but whatever.
But that is closer than maybe not. I was born in Tucson.
There's a bunch of Mexicans in Oregon.
In Tucson, yes.
There's way more in Tucson. You're right. Yeah. Was Oregon a part of Mexico at one point? No, I think they just went as far as California.
But you know what? It will be again.
yeah, probably. Honestly,
So wait, what about the top button? Is it a comfort or is it a confidence?
it's both, dude. I just feel like right.
It's you look like those Japanese people that dress like cholos.
Oh, I love them.
They are very
Cholos
cool.
love them too.
Dude, Hispanic people love whenever you do something that is fuck some giant sombrero. We don't really do that, but that rules.
yeah, dude. I'll be honest. I've lived around Hispanic people my whole life, and I've done a lot of stuff where I was like, "Nah, I'm making fun of them a little bit." They have always been like, "No, this rocks."
I don't think that's
fuck yeah, dude.
I don't even think that's exclusive to a Hispanic thing. I think it's in any culture outside of white ladies in a
Dude,
liberal city culture.
If I saw a bunch of black dudes on Halloween dressed like rabbis, like in full gear,
That'd be very funny.
I would lose my mind, dude. I would be like, "Yes, get over here and take a fucking photo with me, boys!" Like,
Have you not seen any black rabbis?
in real life, I've seen them
There's like
on
one or
like
two.
TV or on YouTube or the internet, but I've never met one in real life. I've met black Jews in real life.
I've met black Israelites in real
Okay,
life.
I've met black Israelites too. Wait, you've talked to them?
No, I was too scared.
scared.
I did see a video of a black guy going and roasting a black Israelite, and one of the other black Israelites in the background is like, his joke is like, "Why you dressed like a sofa right now? You got like a white lady's door knocker on your chest," and the black Israelite is getting so. Like, he's speaking on a microphone, but he's getting because the other black guy, who I call the black Palestinianite, black Palestinian, I guess Palestinianite is a different Bible term.
Yeah.
He's roasting him with he brought his own microphone and speaker.
Yeah, that rocks, dude. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, you just got to beat him in a roast battle. But what is it? What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm not doing anything.
You've never worn this before, so you're doing something.
No, listen.
It's okay if you're exploring.
No, I spent some time in Australia, which is which now hold on.
Yeah,
now.
welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Which is a prison country.
Okay.
So I was in prison, and while I was in prison, I decided to join a certain type of cool gang.
MS-13?
Yeah, and I can't say their name, but yeah, they have numbers and letters.
What is?
And then I left, and now I'm back here, and I did my time, and now this is what I look like. It makes perfect sense.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
I'm prison Shayne.
You saw the race wars coming up, and you're like, white people we will replace you. Latino pride.
Well, Latinos allow. Well, I mean, no, I guess white power people have Latino people too. I've been seeing, dude, my Instagram has been like, hey, do you want to see people in Asia and Latin America doing Nazi stuff?
Yeah, they do that.
I've seen a crazy amount. Like, it's its own genre. They have hashtags.
I mean, it's because they don't have all that stuff in like Germany is like, no, don't do that anymore. Where in their culture is like, oh, we've never seen this before.
Yeah,
this is interesting.
Throw Hitler on a bike. Let's do it.
That little Indian boy with
yeah, dude, drifting around on his Hitler bicycle. For those of you who don't know, he's got an elongated BMX, and then the frame is, instead of having a hollow frame, it's like a solid frame, so you could paint something on it, and it's the Nazi swastika with Hitler saluting on it, and it's just this little Indian kid, dude, drifting on his Hitler bicycle.
That is very English when you'll see like stuff in Asia, like they'll just be like, I don't know, it's the Sonic Obama backpack.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, just cram a bunch of things together. And so they're just taking English words they don't know what happened and they just put them on that's like how in America white people are always like, yeah, Stalin's cool, Che Guevara's cool, and you're like, you don't really know. you're just
I see what you're doing there. You're trying to implicate me because I think some of those guys are pretty cool.
It's okay, you don't know the full story.
No, I know the full story. I don't care.
Oh, see, maybe that might be.
My favorite thing is for someone to go, Stalin killed 1 billion people, and I go, some people say it's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Some people beat me.
Well, you do look good. Look good, feel good.
Thank you. Look good, feel good. That's right.
But I do think you
powerful.
are drifting again into jacking my steez as usual.
Okay, you've never even been close to this steez. The best you've done is having that perfect Chicano mustache.
Yeah, thank you.
And the body shape.
Yeah, you'll never get a Cholo body.
I'm Cholo in my heart. You're Cholo in your frame.
In my lifestyle.
Those are two. No, your lifestyle isn't Cholo.
You don't know, foo.
Also, I got an overwhelming amount of messages after going to the Stick to Your Guns show from Chicano hardcore kids.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, for real, being like, "Hey, man, fucking do it, bro. You're with us, dude. You're a homie." And I was just like, "Wow, you guys are really encouraging me."
I get my hair cut. You have to get your haircut shorter.
Yeah, because I'm more powerful than you. It does feel so good to have no hair. Can I tell you, it has changed the fucking game when I'm outside.
But you're not sweating?
People avoid me.
Oh.
Like way worse.
You're getting a little...
Way worse. I've even gotten like groups of like dudes who you would think would be like, usually are kind of like, oh, look at this fucking hipster. Even they're just like, nope, fuck that. Like walking away from me and shit, like making room for me. I'm like on another level of power right now.
I have been doing the opposite. I was wearing my Christopher Dorner shirt.
Yeah.
Walking through Brooklyn, and I noticed a lot of black people were really like, "What's up?"
yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
It was, for anyone who doesn't know who Christopher Dorner is, he's a very cool black guy.
yeah. He's a fucking true American patriot.
R.I.P. to a real one. But yeah, just my R.I.P. Christopher Dorner shirt, and people were just like, I'm feeling very positive around the neighborhood, spreading a positive message.
Dude, our neighbors love us.
Probably.
They really do. I think that our one lady neighbor told me she feels safe that we're here. I was like, oh, that's nice.
That one over here?
No, I think she's on the right of us. Or facing our door on the right.
The Platinum Blonde?
No, not her, but a woman who's in that building.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
There's more than one woman in that building. They're just not all hot, tiny e-girls, Mac.
Sorry.
He can't see women unless they're good looking.
I don't see people.
You're talking about one of the ogre things that live in there. Yeah, that's also a woman, Mac.
I don't pay attention to men, women,
You're just like
people.
The fucking slime creatures. Those are the dudes who also live there.
I only pay attention to hot homeless people. It's a problem.
Have you seen many of those?
No, not lately. Not after. They usually get picked up right before winter.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So what did you do while I was gone?
I got a haircut.
I didn't even know. I thought you just shaved your head again.
No, I went to a haircut guy, a barber.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because you had to shave. You had to.
I did have
adjust the haircut.
I did have to fix my haircut, which is normal. I've never.
No, it's
I've
not
never,
normal.
I've had. Let's see. I get like 4 haircuts, 2 to 4 haircuts a year, because that's how much I hate them.
Maybe less even.
Maybe less, 2 to 4 haircuts. And let's see, I'm some mid-30s. Let's see, 25, 2 decades of 2 to 4 haircuts a year. Let's go with, I've had 80 haircuts in my entire life.
Yeah, dude, maybe even
I've had
less.
to fix almost every single one of them.
It's
Just
because you
in-
don't. How do you ask him? What did you ask
Well,
for?
this time, I might go back to this guy. Because I was walking through the hood.
You're gonna go back to him even though you had to fix your own haircut.
I have to fix every haircut. That's why I don't. But here's what the
You sound
experience.
like a woman who's dating, and she's like, every guy dates shits its pants, and you're like, date someone who's good, and they're like, I'm just gonna date another guy who shits his pants. You're like, why are you doing this to yourself?
And then when I break up
you're a
with-
queen.
when I break up with him, we're gonna tweet about it.
Mac, yeah, and then you're gonna fucking complain incessantly. You're a queen, and you should be treated like a queen. Find a goddamn barber who does it correctly. But anyway, continue.
Well, here's why I had to go get my hair cut. Because normally, you stole my steez. Mike was cutting my hair, and then you stole my barber.
I did steal your barber. It's true.
So, I was walking by. Walking by through the hood, and I saw this. He's a barber. This is the thing too. It's hard for me because I'm half. I'm a mixed race person,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So I can't go to like a Latin barber because they always try to like really line my shit up and like really give me a fade.
You're doing
And
the most.
I'll be like, I'll ask them to do stuff, and they'll be like, "No, papi, you look gay if I do that." I'm like, "No, I want
yeah,
just give me a normal." And I can't go to a white guy hair barber because he won't give me like he won't do the fade, or a white guy will be like, "Yeah, it'll be $60." I'm like, for a fucking haircut.
yeah, that makes sense.
And I can't go to a lady.
If
hair-
you go to a white guy and his mustache has oil in
Oh.
it, you're fucked, dude. You're about to pay $100 for a haircut from this goofy, snidely, whiplash-looking motherfucker. It's about
man.
to charge you your whole bank.
He's got like a picture of his fat girlfriend sitting on a hot rod.
Yeah. She's got a lot of traditional tattoos that are placed poorly.
Mm,
Woo!
Good for you.
He offers you a Pabst Blue Ribbon while you do it, though.
I would like a beer while I. Anyways, I'm walking by, and I also so I've never found I've tried a Jewish barbers, that Greek barber you hate, black barbers. The last barber I tried was the like Anunnaki. It was like he had the hieroglyphics.
Oh, I remember you with him. I was like, why would you do that?
He was like, you know, white people were created by what is his name? Oh, I forget. Dr. Yakub.
Yeah,
Like,
Dr.
that guy-
Yakub created white people as a
I was like,
bioweapon.
Interesting. That guy,
So funny.
he was all right. Not nothing. But this guy, I'm walking by, and he's wearing a mechanic shirt with his name on it, which is already odd, like for a barber. And the barber place looks like a white guy, kind of hipster uppity, but not the tattoos.
Okay.
Like, and I hear through the window, he's like listening to like the Decemberists or some like mid 2000s indie like band. And I'm like,
My least favorite music.
yeah. And this is, I'm like, all right, black guy, mechanic's uniform. But like, I'm looking, and then he looks at me looking, and I'm like, well, I don't want to. I can feel his autism vibes and my autism vibes.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
You guys are sending each other
Mhm.
like you're the whales in the ocean screaming.
yeah. And so
Whales are autistic, as we all know.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So
All they want to do is get big as fuck and scream. Come on, man. That's autism right there.
Yeah. So I walk in, and I was like, you do walk-ins? He doesn't, but he did. I found out later that he just opened shop and he's desperate for money. So he's like, yeah, we do that. And so I schedule for something for like an hour later. I come back and he's late for the thing.
Oh, dude.
You
come
lose
on,
autism
man.
points if you're late to
Yeah,
a
if
thing.
you're late ever, those you lose everything points.
Yeah. So he finally shows up, and this is where I'm just like, it's gonna be another bad haircut. I'm not. He did one pass. Like, I've never had a shorter haircut. But it was like almost as good as the military guys, where they're just like buzz everything, and they just don't care. They grab your head and push you off to the next guy.
Yeah.
This guy did one pass around every side of my head, and it was perfect. He is a savant. And I think he only did half passes on the top of my head because he missed a big spot in the middle.
I think he left that. I think the front.
He might have, which I don't like.
I was gonna say the front being longer is a thing that makes sense.
No, there was like a patch off to the side that was like a little higher.
Okay.
So it was less than like 10-minute haircut. I barely had time. I didn't even have to think of stuff like, all right, don't talk about Alex Jones. Don't talk about.
What did you tell him you wanted?
I was just like, hey, I showed him a picture of Hitori Matsumoto. What am I messing up his name?
You showed him a picture though.
Yeah, I showed him a picture of Hitoshi
Perfect.
Matsumoto.
That's what you got to do.
And then I showed him an old picture of like, this is how my hair used to look. I just want it buzzed like this. But I was so blown away. I was just like, don't line me up. Didn't line me up. He did everything perfect on the sides. Left that patch on the spot top. It's only like $30. So I'm like, it's a little, not bad. He didn't take cash, which I'm like, you lose libertarian points there.
That's weird to not take cash, especially when
a guy walked in and a guy like I don't know what, like a local politician guy was like, hey, did you talk to the police? And he's like, yeah, I did talk to the police. And I was like, he talked to the police. I think there was like some homeless people harassing his new business and stuff.
What? They just need haircuts, or
so the barber is, you know where the park is and then the police station? Mm-hmm. It's like one more block down there.
Oh, okay.
So I think
what are you walking over there for?
I'm walking around.
Okay.
I got my Christopher Dorner shirt. I'm
I'm
letting the people know.
Okay.
I'm an ally.
All right, cool.
Me and shaking hands in the neighborhood. But the guy, this like local politician, was like, yeah, I'm just looking for, I just want to make sure you feel safe in your new spot. It's really, so he is like, he's like kind of pro police, and he's like very above the books. Like, I don't take cash. I'm done with that lifestyle. I want to be all above the books. And I'm just like, what the
weird, dude. He must be a born again Christian.
Maybe.
That's what that sounds like. Every time I run into a guy and he acts kind of like that, I dig deeper and I realize he's a born again Christian, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think that's nice. I think if you're going to be a hardcore Christian like I am now, you got to do it late in life.
Oh yeah, you're going to start paying 100% taxes, leaving a 5% tip for the IRS.
No, I'm Catholic, so that's, we don't do it that way.
You hide.
Yeah, we do forgiveness instead. So I'm thinking about switching to Orthodox. I like the mysticism.
Eastern Orthodox?
Yeah.
They do. I like when they sprinkle holy water on their AK-47.
No, that's the thing. I like how much mysticism is in Orthodox in Orthodox religion. Though Greeks are big into Orthodox, and I hate Greek people.
They get bad haircuts.
Bad haircuts.
So I just come home and I was like, oh, I have a buzzer. I put the exact same clip thing on, finished the top, and I was like, that was the best haircut I've ever had.
Jesus Christ, man. You know what you're doing? You know Davey Blue, we go, wow, her last ex hit her, so I'm the greatest thing that's ever happened to her. And then we'll laugh and be like, this sucks for them. I'm not like, they could do better, but they think I'm the best boyfriend that's ever existed because I'm not an abusive piece of shit and I like don't get them through a phone and everything. That's where you're at right now. Anyone here who's ever dated someone and their ex is a nightmare and then you feel like a superhero, that's where Mac is.
You know what, Shayne?
You're the woman.
I'm tired of looking. I just want to... I'm too old. I want to settle down with a barber. He might not be perfect for me, like I said. He doesn't align with my political ideals. We don't really have, I can't.
It's like
he does the job what I need the most, and then I can fill in the rest.
Dude, you've got to treat yourself better. Because I remember when I got married, I was like, I don't know if I should do this. And then I remember distinctly thinking to myself, she doesn't scratch your face while you're sleeping when she's mad at you, so probably just marry her. And it's like, no, that's fucked up. Don't do that.
Everyone has to compromise. Unless you're Jeff Bezos. And I think even he compromised. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of dating a smart teacher lady who's just going to leave me. It's bimbo time. Compromising for a bimbo is there. There's different. Your tastes evolve, and sometimes you just get tired of chasing, and you just like, you know what? I don't want an intelligent woman.
You're bimbo pilled.
I want a dumb bimbo who I can't have conversations with her, but it's fun to look at. And I think men, women, everyone does this, where they just like. I gave it a good try. I was out there, And now I'm going to just settle down, not for a bad person, but a pretty good person. I'm going to die alone, though.
No, you're gonna listen.
I will die alone because I refuse
Brother,
to settle in that arena.
we're
But
fine.
I'm settling in the haircut arena for
You know
this
what?
guy. Also, he's probably not going to. His business model stinks.
Yeah, it's terrible. In New York, not taking cash.
Yeah.
You have to lie and cheat to make it here. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm back around. I support you.
Thank
I
you.
want you to keep going to him
How's
if
it
it
look?
makes you happy.
This is like 2 weeks later.
I didn't know it was a haircut. I thought your head was just growing back from being shaved.
Thank you.
You
That's
want-
what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to call attention to my hair.
You're doing great.
I'm going to dye my hair next.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right,
Mm.
very cool. So you went and got a haircut.
I did.
I saw a Dr. Yakub reference in one of my history books I was reading,
What?
which blew me away. I was like, "Why is he here?"
He's the history of white people.
I know. I'm reading the Bronze Age collapse. Reading about the Bronze. So for those of you who don't know, the Bronze Age was probably the most important.
You're reading Bronze Age Collapse. That's the name of the book?
No,
You're not reading Bronze Age Mindset?
no. What's that? Is that a book with a bunch of philosophers in it?
I think that's like an Andrew Tate adjacent book. It's like you gotta eat meat and you gotta jelk and be a man. I've never read it. I just see it recommended. It's like a himbo self-help book.
Yeah,
Bronze.
dude, himbos love the Bronze Age, even though it was not what they think it was.
What is the Bronze?
The Bronze Age is the Greeks and all those dudes back then.
That does rule.
Sparta,
Dude, it has a sick cover.
the Persian Empire.
It looks like they ripped off kind of Dune.
It does actually. So the Bronze Age, also, Egypt was doing great. Really, the whole world was doing pretty good. The known world, they were doing good. And Egypt and all these other places, they were doing great. And then all of a sudden, one day in history, it goes from like, hey, everyone's doing good. This is crazy. Democracy's flowering. Complex feudal systems exist. Farming is going nuts. The Nile is giving life to everyone. Empires and technology reigns. The pyramids are built. Like, this is fucking crazy. We're doing great. And then history just stops, and then it picks up, and basically everyone's dead and everything is terrible, and people are living in the ruined civilizations they used to exist in, and technology goes backwards, and people are starving to death, and it's pretty terrible. And no one really knows what happened. They have a weird theory that something called the Sea People showed up. This is like what historians agree they think happened.
A lot of historians talk about the quote unquote sea people.
Yes. So the Sea People show up, and then they literally annihilate like 3 entire civilizations, to the point that people in Egypt didn't even know about their own ancient Egypt for like 2,500 years. Like Cleopatra was an Egyptian princess. She didn't know what the hieroglyphics meant, didn't understand Egyptian religion, and was more of a different culture than ancient Egyptian culture, just living in the ruins of the civilization. That's how hard they got killed.
I mean,
anyway,
that's any culture though. That 2 or 3 generations deep.
No, not like this.
This
is like Carthage, like salted the earth.
I'm saying who's the princess of America right now? She probably doesn't know anything about. I would say Taylor Swift probably doesn't know anything, not one thing about our founding fathers and what it was like to live back then.
Probably not.
So I'm saying it's very easy to be removed from like 100
But
years.
she speaks English.
Okay, it's fair.
Yeah, and she also knows how to read and write English, and she also knows that the Statue of Liberty was brought here, and that's what it means. Cleopatra literally was like, I don't know, the Sphinx could mean whatever.
By the way, I think Bronze Age's Mindset is like a science fiction book, but like Matrix Red Pill.
You're like looking it up all
yeah,
deep
and
now.
I'm like, ooh, this kind of sounds weird. It's like bring up Steve Bannon, and I'm like,
so
what
funny.
the fuck is happening,
Dude,
it's like a caveman writes a book about time travel.
Bros love the Bronze Age, and it's like, hey, there's so much more gay sex going on in the Bronze Age than you think. There's a lot of ripped dudes. The dudes are ripped as fuck.
It's not gay if it's in the gym or in the Bronze Age.
It's true. It's like Game It's in the Bronze Age is really good. Dude, I'm going to time travel the Bronze Age so I can have fucking
Straight sex?
oiled up straight sex
Straight
with all my
man-on-man
fucking
sex?
buff homies. Anyway, the sea people show up and kill everybody. And
does anyone ever describe what the sea people look like?
no, the only thing we
Big,
know
tall,
about them is
Short? Maybe it was Thailand.
They were big.
Maybe it was Taiwanese.
They were big
Thailand.
and they were angry. Well, we know.
Also-
we have a general idea. We know who it was.
Also, when
come
they-
on.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's fucking my ancestors. It's
Oh.
fucking boat people. It's just a bunch of fucking maniacs.
Vikings?
One of the only cultures in all of history that will show up to your place, defeat you totally and completely, and then not take your society over and be like, we actually just came here for the killing and the money, so we're gonna go now.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's why Portugal and Spaniards are so much cooler. They show up, they kill everyone, but they have sex with all the women.
Yeah, then they're like, we actually live here now.
Yeah, I was like, this is sick. Europe sucks.
Eventually, the Vikings ended their own age because they did that. They were like, actually, women in England are like fuckable, probably, and they just stayed.
They're not all autistic Icelandic
yeah,
weirdos.
Oh, my Icelandic wife keeps punching me while I sleep. My English wife, she cooks terrible beans all the time, but at least I'm happy and unpunched. So anyway,
I would love an Icelandic autistic queen.
yeah, dude, me too. So I was watching about, dude, the thread of a woman who would hit you but doesn't. So hot. Anyway, the fucking so they're discussing like how society could have ended, like climate problems, whatever. And then most people are like, yeah, the sea people probably showed up and it was just a culture of people who like to kill and loot and leave, which is kind of unheard of in the era, but like people do it. I mean, we have proof that there are people who act like this. And then cited was like, because there are like no theories about this, one of the ones that I wouldn't say is taken seriously, people are like, a lot of people think Dr. Yakub made white people, and then that's what showed up, and the sea people were Dr. Yakub's bioweapon.
It's a theory.
Set loose on Egypt.
It's a theory.
It is a theory. It was just funny to read it. I was like, this is insane. This shouldn't even be in here.
It's not an insane theory.
Yeah, you're right.
It is a theory.
It's a theory.
If they taught it in schools, they should teach that in schools. Should be like, this is another theory that some people believe. That Dr. Yakub, a genius evil scientist, created white people in his lab to punish. I can't remember. The story
Guy who
always
fucked his girlfriend,
I think
or
the
is
story
that the
always
meme? Is that what I'm just thinking of, a meme and not the real story?
I have no idea.
I don't know either, man.
We gotta practice our Nation of Islam.
Dude, we really should just learn a bunch about it.
Dude,
what if we became the foremost non-black scholars on Nation of Islam and Black Israelites?
That would be fun.
It would be sick.
Would dethrone Louis Theroux.
yeah.
I did learn something.
What?
I have misspoke about, because you know the 5% nation or whatever, the Nation of Islam. So I reread that article about what I'll have to pull it up again. But I was watching some pop science thing talking about how there was some scientific study that was like, yeah, so it turns out like only 15% of the entire population has self-awareness. Have fun with that. You're like, what?
yeah.
What do you mean only 50? Yeah, we did tests, and the way that people solve their like problems is like how they ask questions in their brain. We figure roughly 15% of all humans ever have self-awareness. And you're like, what the?
I see that, though, because most people are the center of their own world. Like, they don't understand empathy unless you force them to.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking about this, and then I was like, that lines up perfectly with the 5% nation, the Nation of Islam, where they believe, and I think I misspoke on it before, and this is me correcting it, where I thought it was they believe 85% of humans are like just they're not woke, and that I thought it was that the 10% on top of that were like middle class, like we have the potential, and then 5% lead, like, is the true leaders. That 10 to 15% is actually the bad guys, and they're trying to control the 80 to 85% of humanity, the slaves and the like cattle, and it's up to the 5% nation of true woke self-aware people. So 10% of the 15% of self-aware people are bad, and it's up to the minority 5% of good self-aware people to bring, I don't know, save everyone, I guess.
This is like,
but it's funny that I'm like, why is white lady pop science and Nation of Islam kind of agreeing on the same thing?
dude, I mean, that's the same thing hyper-conservative Christians and Mormons in the military and stuff believe, that most people are sheep, and then there are wolves, and then there's like 5% of people are the sheep
Are
dogs.
lions. That's why I'm gonna.
You went a whole different way.
That's why I'm gonna get a lion tattoo.
Oh, dude.
Because I'm a unique leader of the pack. I'm a solo.
Yeah, dude.
So I don't know. That was very funny. I'm just connecting those dots in my research that I was doing.
Damn.
Do you think are you part of the 10%, the bad guys, or the 5%?
I'm neither, dude.
You're neither.
I'm
You're
a secret.
you're
thing.
Sigma.
Yeah, dude.
You're Sigma lone wolf.
Yeah, I'm out here on my own,
No,
dude.
I think I definitely could be. I think I could be the first Latino in the 5% Nation of Islam because I'm only spitting truths for these people. I'm giving people information and leading them towards the truth.
Can you imagine if there was a white guy in fucking the Black Israelites? How? Because they do that, right? They're like, hey, fuck, just so you know, George Washington, black. Or they said King Henry VIII was black.
Yeah.
They said Mozart was black.
That's one of those.
So what stops me from being like, hey, by the way, like if I was cool enough for them to be like, hey, just so you know, Shayne Smith, black. I'd be like, oh, let's go.
Maybe, I don't know.
They kind of seem in control of it.
What do you mean?
Like who it is and isn't black. Do you think they're colorists?
You're losing me. What do you mean color?
That's when black people are they like say that light skinned black people aren't as black.
Oh,
I honestly don't know a lot about it.
yeah, I don't know either. Because that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like I don't know. My only experience with that kind of thing is when white people are like, "Hey, you're not white enough because you're Jewish." And you're like, "You what? Hold on now. You can't tell that."
I heard a guy talking about transracialism.
Whoa.
And he really like convinced me. I'm like, you know what? It does make sense. Like how Rachel Dolezal can be like transracial, how you can identify as transracial, because everyone likes to dunk on him. But then, and you know what? I need to apologize to you because you many times have stated that Mexican isn't a race. And you need to apologize to me for not explaining it. Explaining it correctly.
I'm stupid. You know
Yeah.
that. I shouldn't have to apologize for that.
But I think I now understand what you were trying to say.
Okay.
Because I was listening to this guy and he was saying how race, this is one of the things where he's like, race is kind of a social construct because like if you're half black, like socially construct, not like as in society, it's just like it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Is a black guy and a white lady have a baby and now you're a half. You're not black and you're not white, you're a mix of both. And then you get a Blasian kid and then like a Latino or like it all gets so like mixed up that you kind of start, you are trans, right? You're not really, because Obama is half black, but societally, or like I guess what is that? He's only half black, I guess, quote unquote, genetically. And I'm speaking like, try and reach out to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he is our black president.
Okay.
Like everyone's like, yeah, Obama's black. And so then there'll be people like me where I'm like, okay, I am half Latino, but I look more Latino than I would say fully Latino people. This is what woke me up to it. Because Latino, when you think of a Latino person, what do you think of? Firstly,
Me personally?
yeah,
I think of I don't know.
we all think of a 5 foot tall Mexican guy.
No.
No.
I don't.
I think
of
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. I think of like a person who's
That's
like
Spaniard. That's not a Latino.
Yeah.
But-
A lot of the Hispanic people I knew, I guess, were like mixed or not from northern Mexico, so they were all really light skinned.
Well, so
They look Mexican, but everyone I grew up around was like, you know, just had like the wispy facial hair and like they looked Hispanic, but like they were white passing.
And so this is what also like kind of I was like, oh, this is why every government form has been so messy. Like, are you white, black, Asian, and then it'll be like other, and then there'll be like a separate form. Are you white, Latino? Are you Latino other?
Yeah,
and you're like, why is it asking me in like a separate? So I think it's because when you think about it, it is like Spaniards and Portuguese people came over and made a new quote unquote race of people that we just kind of made up a name for.
Yeah.
And it's basically Native Americans and European and Spaniards became Latino people.
Yeah.
And we all get categorized together because we all speak Spanish. But a Latino person can be blue-eyed and blonde from the Germans that came over.
Yes.
And we're fucking in Argentina and like Brazil. So you'll see Latino people who are blue-eyed, white, just square-headed Germans.
Yeah.
And then you'll go up to like Dominican Republic and like I don't think Haiti counts themselves as Latino. I don't think they speak Spanish, but you'll see like Puerto Ricans and Dominican Republican people who are like, I know Papi, I'm black, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. It's like, dude, you are black, you're a black guy.
yeah, but he's like, no.
But it's so because Latino is I'm gonna say it first here. Latino is the first super race where we've transcended. A white guy can only be like a Russian or a European or like a Swedish guy. You all look the same. A black guy can only be like a half black to fully black guy.
Sure.
And then they'll be like, if you're too light skinned, then they'll make fun of you and call you gay. And you're like, oh man. But Latinos, you can be anything in the Latino spectrum.
Yes.
Latino spectrum goes from German Aryan Hitler's dream to black African guys from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And everything in between. You can't be, I don't know if you can be Asian Latino though.
No, you can.
Can you?
Because you guys adopted the Japanese
Oh, the
people.
Japanese,
You're like,
dude.
no, fucking
Dude,
Philippines
they're-
and Japanese Cholos.
You know what?
bring it in,
Filipinos, they are the Mexicans of
baby.
Asia.
Yeah.
Dude, Latino is the first super race.
It's true, dude. And
It's-
this is why, and I've been on board since day one.
Yeah, you are Latino, and I get what you were trying to say, that how Latino isn't like a race like white and black or
Yes.
Asian but I'm saying you were right, but you're wrong. We are a race. We are we're the superior race.
Oh, okay.
We're God's chosen people.
All right.
Anyways, I thought that was very interesting. I like a really interesting way to think about race and how everyone gets so touchy and weird about like, no, this isn't categorizing. I'm like, no, you can really be like
It's a personal choice. If you are,
It's a
it's like
cultural,
Lord
yeah.
of the Rings. If you're half elf, you have to decide: am I going to be an elf and live forever and have superpowers, or am I going to be a guy that lives for a long time but then gets to go where guys go when they die? That's the half elves have to decide if they're going to be elf or human. They'll always be half, but they have to pick one.
Wait, why in Lord of the Rings Aragorn's half elf?
No, he's the descendant of.
He's a eighth of an elf.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So, but he identifies a little bit of elf. Human.
Sure.
So half elves have to. Do they get immortality?
If they want it. If you get immortality, you can't go to human heaven. So you have to go to elf. You have to go to the elf world, the continent where elves live on, where they live forever.
Why do they get to live
And if you're
forever?
an elf and you die, something separate and different happens to you.
You get to go to human heaven.
You don't get to go to human heaven unless you're human. Those are the only people
What
that
the
go.
fuck?
And dwarves don't go anywhere when they die that they know of. Because dwarves are an abomination. They were made by a different god who wasn't supposed to make life.
Doctor.
Yeah. Hold on now. Dr. Yakub he's making dwarves.
Damn.
No, a guy named Manwë made dwarves, and then God caught him making dwarves, and God was like, hey, what the fuck, man? That was my plan. You're jacking my shit. And then Manwë was like, all right, but I already made them.
Yeah.
And they'll be sad if we kill him. And so then God goes, the dwarves can sleep until I wake up elves, and then dwarves can wake up.
Same with white people. Like,
Same with white people.
We already made white people. You can't close the jar. They already escaped.
Yeah, dude. So that was how that happened. But so yeah, because if you're half whatever, like if you were just like, I'm Latino, everyone would just have to go with what you say.
You know why I do that though?
Why?
Because it's simple. It's the thing when someone's like, you're Mexican. I'm like, yeah. Because it was one of those things where I'm like 10 years old and I'm like, I don't want to have to. I learned very quickly there's like some boomer being like, "Where's Chile?" And I'm like, I'm 10. I got video games to play.
Yeah.
They just came out with video games instead. I'm like, yeah, I'm Mexican. I don't care.
I told people I was Mormon for the longest time for the same reason.
Just because it was easy.
Just is so easy.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. They go, "Hey, are you a member of the church?" I go, "Yeah." Just keep it pushing, dude. Don't fucking care. You don't need this information about me. I know enough about Mormonism that I seem like I'm Mormon. I'll just go with it.
Yeah, so I'm fully on Rachel Dolezal's side now.
Dude.
Yeah, I was ironically before, but now I'm unironically. I'm like, I get it. I get what she's preaching.
I think it's
all
fine.
made up.
If you take anything racial out of the lens of the United States and you put it almost anywhere else,
it becomes way more racist. Because we're talking about it here. Japanese people are like, we don't want anyone else but Japanese people here.
Yeah, dude. Good for them. Whatever.
What else is new with you?
Nothing, dude. I've been going sicko mode on video games. I got back and I was like, I have to write comedy. Fuck, man. I have to write comedy.
Oh.
And
you should film one of your 3 separate hours.
Dude, I know it. I have so much. Here's my problem. I toured in in 2020. I did a bunch of jokes, and then I was like, "Fuck, I got to get some new jokes because I go to some of these same places again."
You irresponsibly toured in 2020, spreading COVID.
Yeah. And then I did touring in 2020, or no, not 2020, in 2021. Then in 2022, I did a bunch of jokes, and I was like, I got like a new hour, because you gotta. I went back to some places like, fuck.
Don't. There are road dogs from the 80s doing the same hour.
I've seen people I look up to do their same hour twice in a row, a year apart, like at Wise Guys or whatever. But listen, it gives me anxiety that people are listening to the same jokes. So I was like, fuck, I gotta write new jokes.
And
I go on tour at the end of May. It's almost May, and I have not written anything. I'm gonna write it all I'm gonna write it like 2 weeks before. I'm gonna write it on stage. Hey, just so you know, if you come to watch me, I'm probably gonna do crowd work. So
embarrassing.
Is it?
I don't know.
I was like,
if you
what?
call it that, just be like, no, I'm writing on stage. Don't call it crowd work.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm writing on stage.
I'm writing on stage.
That's what Bill Burr
a thing that I shouldn't have been paid to do.
Yeah, that's why you get paid.
Yeah, dude, true.
You're better at writing on stage than other people are.
I am actually better at writing on stage. I'm better at writing than most comics. Just so you guys know. Yeah. I'm not saying my jokes are better, but I'm saying I make them. I know a lot. I would say 90% of comics have not written have not written more than 2 new jokes in the last 3 years.
I would say 99% of comics sitting in this room. Maybe 55%.
Yeah, dude. Most people don't write, just so you guys know. It's really
a dirty
funny.
secret. Most people are writing because of all the crowd work, Instagram reels.
I was gonna say.
What do you do for a job?
It's so funny not to think of other prompts. I'm not gonna blow my wad and tell everyone my cool prompts, but I have better prompts for when I've done crowd work in the past.
Let me come up with the prompt right now.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do. What religion are you?
Yeah, that's great. No, that is a good one.
What religion? Hey, what dozens or so races do you identify as?
Yeah, dude, I love that shit. Hey, who's Muslim? Raise your hand. You just go in on it.
I had that fake. I had that fake prompt a long time ago. Who's into BDSM? Let out a muffled yelp.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those were fun. Yeah,
your BDSM pizza joke.
Yeah, it's very relatable.
People loved it. I don't remember how it goes. I like BDSM. I like a woman. I like a hot woman to put pizza just out of the oven into my mouth.
Burning pizza on my mouth.
Yeah, there it is.
Pleasure and pain. Don't do my bits on the podcast.
I like to watch you absorb your own bits. Fuck.
From 5 years ago? That's so rude.
That's the last time you wrote.
So I'm not going to write new stuff and then you're going to tell me what it was in 5 more years?
Did we ever talk about gay dad, straight dad on the podcast?
I don't think so. It's a good bit. I still stand by it. I think it's more relevant than ever. And
relevant.
And I think I don't want to blow the wad.
Okay. Well, let it
in
go.
case we do make it.
Firstly, I don't think we're going to.
I have 7 or 8 sketches I've told you about, and I'm waiting to do them, but no one wants to do them.
Just so you guys know, Mac has a lot of sketches. All right, he's got a sketch show worth of ideas, an episode even, half
Probably.
an hour plus of sketches.
I do.
And they're just not getting made, dude.
They're not.
Straight dad, gay dad is
No,
exactly.
that's not straight dad, gay dad.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's
I'm sorry.
top dad, bottom dad.
It's top dad, bottom dad.
That's already funny by the name alone. And I'm gonna have to bleep it because some open mic comics who I know you're out there listening to our podcast stealing. On my
they're
bits.
gonna steal top dad, bottom dad.
You're stealing, and you're gonna do it, and you're not gonna do it as good as I have it in my imagination. And then people are going to be like, you did it better, but you stole it from this open mic guy who's subscribed to your podcast. I'm like, God damn it.
I just want you guys to know that I've had Mac relay the bit to others.
Some people love it.
No.
Yes.
Who loved it?
Mike and Diego love it.
Do they?
Text them right now. Group chat them and be like, hey, you guys know Mac's sketch idea, top dad, bottom dad. Is it good? Or ask whatever question you want. Into the group chat. This is totally, I'm not influenced. I haven't mentioned this sketch to them in maybe 8 months, 6 to 8 months. So they will totally give you an unbiased opinion on what they think of the sketch I told them about the idea of. It's a great sketch. I got some bangers.
All right. Hey,
You've heard
guys,
my-
you know about Mac's idea for a sketch called Top Dad, Bottom Dad? ? I'm sending it.
And then what do you think?
Yeah.
Is it-
What do you think of it? All right, there we go.
All right. Yeah. And we will get maybe one or two unbiased responses.
I'm so excited.
How many sketches have you come up with?
A bunch.
How come you're not sharing with me? I share mine with you, and you're like, "That's bad."
What are you talking about? A sketch paid for our podcast.
Which one?
I used the money from writing a commercial for the Utah Park Service
Oh, that's different.
to move here and pay for that. That was a sketch. I wrote it.
Congratulations. I was talking about how come you never pitched me a sketch for us,
Oh, for us.
a Cowboy Boy sketch.
A Cowboy Boys sketch. All right.
No, I mean you don't have to pitch it now.
Oh, well, I
I'm
have
saying-
a really good one.
Don't blow your wad.
Well, there are two dads. Okay.
I like it. I like it so far.
One is gay. And get this.
Only one.
The other one's also gay.
That's fun.
But there's a conflict. And this sketch is called Top Dad, Top Dad.
Oh,
It's
this could be a part 2.
yeah, dude.
All right. Well, we wait for their response.
I have to check and make sure, see if they're writing. They haven't seen it.
Do you?
They're really slow on the take.
You know what else I've been thinking about? I got
What?
a good idea. I think I figured out how we could solve the homeless problem in New York City. You know how there's unused subway stations?
Yes.
There's like secret ones.
I think you're about to pitch an idea that real people have actually pitched.
Oh, okay. I think we have fake subway trains that roll up every so often. What? Hold on. And these fake trains will pick up. They'll be more enticing to homeless people. They'll be like very clean and empty, and they'll
say smoking allowed.
yeah.
Smoking allowed, jacking off encouraged.
They'll have like urinals on the ends or something.
No
I don't know.
cameras! Exclamation
That
point.
might be too obvious. They might smell the trap.
I think in New York they're gonna be like, "Let's go."
I don't know.
I must be on the queue.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, the nice rich people trains.
But so we have these special homeless only trains, and so they then go they pick up homeless people, and then they just go to a different track, and they go on like a loop, an extra long loop, and so it's just to like lull them to sleep, and we drop them off. The pickup train would be the pickup. It would like be shorter or whatever. It would drop them off on the ones that are like end of the line, you got to get out like they normally do on the end of the line, but this is the fake end of the line for the homeless people. Then another longer train comes and picks them up, and it's just like a big huge track that doesn't go anywhere,
like Snowpiercer. You
exactly like
the movie Snowpiercer.
I was thinking of Snowpiercer.
Yeah,
great movie. And so we just pick up more and more, and so it just becomes like a homeless train.
Is it humane?
Yeah, probably.
Do we give them food?
Yeah, I don't know. We could.
Okay.
It's just we just have a separate secret trade.
Okay.
It's kind of like when a video game has hackers, and instead of banning the hackers, you just create a separate server for hackers only to play against hackers.
Yeah.
You just because if you get rid of the hackers, they're just gonna create a new account. If you ship the homeless to a different, you haven't solved the problem. You've only moved the problem. And it's an unsolvable problem.
Which has been working for us.
What do you think? Is New York ship them out?
That's what all cities do. They have like a program where they'll ship you to another city for like real cheap.
I think we could even make this subway go across the nation. Just really scenic rides for hours on end. All right, that's as far as I got.
Okay.
Just a really homeless train that picks up all homeless people.
I think we should do what 18th century England did, and they'd be like, "You're homeless? You're in the Navy now."
Oh.
And people would be like, "No, I don't want to be in the Navy. I actually want to be homeless." And they're like, "Actually, you don't. This is not. I did not ask you a question. I told you a fact."
Conscript them in the army.
Yeah, that's what a press gang is.
Really?
They press you into service. So like that's who you want to be with. You don't want to join the Navy. You want to join the press gang.
Why is that?
Well, because then if you're a homeless guy and you get sent to go fight in a foreign war on a ship that's terrifying, or you could preemptively join the group of guys that gets a bunch of food and they beat up homeless people and make them join the Navy.
Wait, who are those guys?
The press gang.
Oh.
So you join the press gang preemptively. Do you see what I mean?
The press gang are the recruiters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, they press you into service.
Mike responded.
Oh, what did he say?
Both of them responded. Why don't you read it?
Oh, fucking K.
The results are in.
Vaguely.
Wait. Diego said
vaguely, period. I love it.
It's a great sketch.
Mike said, I think it's absolutely an idea.
No, that's exactly where I like being with my comedy. I like
one person going, I don't get it. One person saying, vaguely, I love it. And then a third person being like, I think it exists.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
we're back to zero.
Exactly. I only make comedy for my fans. I want if you were doing comedy and everyone's like, yes, I agree. It's that, what is that called? The clapter?
Oh, yeah.
Where so many stand-up specials are not funny. It's just someone being like, actually, I think President Trump is a bad guy. And the audience is like, yeah, this guy. And you're like,
you're just looking at his watch like, that killed 2 minutes.
Yeah,
so
it's like, you didn't make fun of him. You didn't say anything new. It stinks. So that's the best comics have very small. They alienate most of the people.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be. You're a people's comic, though. A lot of people like you.
I don't.
You bring audiences together.
I don't talk about politics in my comedy, which is so funny that I don't.
I don't either.
I want to sometimes. I want to talk about more broad subjects. I'm going to.
I'd like to talk
I'm gonna
about
write
a broad
about
or two.
love.
Some subjects.
I'm going to write comedy about love. I'm going to write comedy about history.
Sorry, I'm looking at the clock. Diego has to watch his hockey game soon.
Oh, yeah. How are we doing on time?
We got 10 minutes
we're
before
fucking killing it.
Diego
Dude.
kicks us out.
Listen.
Do you want to open a package?
Oh, yeah. Let's open
fan
a package.
Yeah, dude. We got a fan package from Kendall Dragonheart.
So nice.
And she's
bubble wrap.
She says, it's not porn this time, because she sent us that porn DVD.
Okay,
I haven't read any of this. Diego opened it, so we don't even really know.
I'm going to read it really fast. Hey, fellas. I originally started making these with the intent to give you 2 small pieces, since you guys always say, talk shit, get hit, fuck around and find out in the podcast. Talk shit, get hit, a major Salt Lake City hardcore thing. While doing that, I got the idea to cross-stitch the Cowboy Boys logo from the sticker that turned out to be a bit of an undertaking, but I was determined to design and complete it. While working on it, I had to explain to so many people, mostly old relatives, what Cowboy Boys was and why I would spend so much time working on this for random guys in New York. Originally, I wanted you guys to have some fun artwork for when you started doing video podcasts, but it became a much bigger project. I love the podcast and all you guys do. They said including Mac stand-up. Sure. But I really want to show my appreciation for the community you inspired. Through the podcast, I decided to check out Shayne's Twitch, got pulled into Discord. That seriously changed my life for the better. I have formed amazing friendships with people all over the world because you guys have the amazing ability to bring people together. Thank you. I even became a huge fan of Mike and Diego. I mean, that's fine. Because of you guys, and I was shipping your double podcast roommate situation immediately. I hope you enjoy these pieces. I will warn the frames are not the best. I had to go lightweight for shipping and went with plastic instead of glass. Yeah. Hey, Kendall, fucking thank you. You're a fucking champ, and I love you. Whoa, that one's
Look,
killer, dude.
We can never change the logo now.
Yeah, it's a really good
That's
logo.
really good.
You want to open this one for me? Thank you. Kendall, look at this. I love this. This is nice. This is good, dude. Oh, my God. That one says, fuck around and find out. All right. Well, this is very sweet. I love these so much. Damn, really killed it. I hope the old people listen to our podcast and love it. Who do you think our oldest listener is?
I think there's probably
I think we have a few in the 50s.
No, I bet there's like an 80-year-old guy out there
Yeah, probably. We've had some older people for sure. Older dudes definitely come say hi to me at shows and be like, I'll listen to the podcast. I had a really older Orthodox Jewish guy show up. He brought me treats. He found me in Florida. He brought me treats, and he was wearing like he had zit and all of his gear on. That's like the tassels that are on under their clothes.
Was he wearing... He wasn't wearing like the jacket and hat. He was like halfway.
He was like not Hasidic. He was Orthodox. Okay. So he was like hardcore into it, but not insane. And he was like, yeah, I listen to the podcast. Like being all like low key about it. He came by himself. And then he came a second time and he brought like a hot shishka lady. So I was like, what is this guy? He's doing a double life? It's just some fucking blonde bimbo bitch that wasn't Jewish for sure.
Oh, shishka is their slur for
non-Jewish women.
Non-Jewish women. They're not goys. Check out that shishka.
A Jewish woman can fuck a guy. Who cares? Because her baby's always Jewish. But if a Jewish guy puts his Jewish seed into a regular woman, is that a no-no? Loss. Yeah, it's a no-no.
Are they? So they're cool if I get one of their ladies who wears wigs in public.
Yeah, she's like, just your kids are Jewish.
What if I don't raise them Jewish?
Doesn't matter.
She has to raise them Jewish.
Yeah, it's her.
That's a no if my kids aren't.
Yeah,
and I would hate that. A bunch of Jewish dorky kids, and I'm just sitting here like. They're all like, Father, why are you so... I don't even know what they were talking to me about. Why do you listen to Alex Jones so much? I'm like, why do you talk like that? Where did you pick this up from? Dad, I don't care about your conspiracy theories.
I've met a few people who used to be Hasidic that stopped being it. They're pretty normal.
I would say people who grew up in a religion and then left are... usually not normal, I guess, but they kind of are more level-headed about life in general. They get it.
I can see that.
And they're like, yeah, it wasn't for me. Anyways, that's all I got.
Okay.
That's all
I got.
That's all I got. Thank you, Kendall, for our beautiful new artwork that will stay. If you don't see that next there, know that one of our roommates vetoed it.
And by one of our roommates,
I don't want to say who.
Okay,
I
think they know.
I think that's a great place for it.
I think it's a great place for it. I think
Joyd's our other
gayest of roommates was going to
you. That's you.
No, it's not. And you know it isn't. I resent that. Just because I'm out here busting cheeks doesn't mean I'm the gayest roommate.
Yes, it does.
Nope.
You're the toppest roommate.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Unless you're the bottomest.
No, I'm the toppest.
Yeah, I'm a mid. I'm a Ver's roommate. What about that? What about top dad, bottom dad, Ver's mom?
Whoa.
There's a sketch idea for you. Don't steal it.
All right.
I mean, you know what? I take back everything. Try and write it. Go ahead. Try and write a better sketch than me.
Write a better sketch on the sketch that you don't know about. Yeah.
Coming up with a great title is 90% of the work. That's what they do on SNL. They're like, I don't know, what about this? And then they do the sketch and it's really funny for the first 30 seconds. And then it goes on for 5 minutes. You're like, Jesus Christ, end it already.
Yeah, it is true. They really like to beat it into the ground, dude. Well, they need to fill that time.
They do. What? Write more. Pay more guys.
They need to write. Well, they could shorten every sketch by one and have one new sketch, but they're like, nah, let's just do the same joke 4 times in a row. What if I throw water in a guy's face once and everyone goes, okay, and then I do it 3 more times? And surely it'll be funnier the more we do it.
We already talk about how they stole dog Viagra. Was that a sketch?
Yeah, that was a sketch.
That they
No,
stole?
I don't know if they did one like that.
I think they stole that from us.
Dude, I finished 30 Rock the other day, or not
Nice.
the other day, last night for the third time. Best show of all time. Even though the last season really isn't as strong, but it's obvious why. I mean, they had to fire most of the writers and shit.
Why did they have to fire him?
Because the show got canceled, and they weren't going to make any more money, so they wanted to do a last season to wrap the show up. So they fired some of the writers. Alec Baldwin didn't take a salary, like a bunch of other stuff happened.
Dude, what a good guy.
Yeah, the last show,
Alec Baldwin. Nothing but nice things to say about him.
He's never done anything wrong.
I mean, according to law, which, if anything, if he was accused of anything, it was dropped this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not in any legal trouble right now.
There it is.
I don't know if they settled or it was dropped, but his record is clean, and he gets to keep having more children with that white woman who identifies as Latina, and she is.
Oh, yeah.
She is. She's welcome to the fold. Yeah, all you got to be, if you're Latin in your hearts, welcome aboard. That's all I got to say. What's Spanish for yeehaw? Yeehaw. I gotta have like 12 modelos in me. I gotta do a little grito. I can't even do it though. How high the
Spanish or Latino yeehaws. Damn, dude, I want to go ride 4-wheelers with a bunch of Mexican dudes now. Fuck.